get to a point in that industry of that much wealth and that much power, people think that they can do anything. People think that they can get away with anything, and obviously he has gotten away with it for this long. Because if you pay any attention to the culture, you know that people have had whispers about Diddy for years. There's been whispers about Diddy grooming underage boys. There's been whispers about Diddy beating and assaulting women. There's been whispers about what happened to Kim Porter, who apparently died completely separated from all of her family, basically in secret. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. And for me, when I look into what is hip hop culture as a whole, what is really being spoken of when you get into hip hop culture, like what's really being spoken of. And yeah, you know, people can point to, oh, but Kendrick Lamar is conscious and, you know, Drake makes party music and all that stuff. I'm not talking about the Kendrick Lamars. I'm not talking about the Drakes. And I'm not even saying that I don't listen to some of this stuff, because I do, right? So maybe I'm being complicit. When you're into that culture, think about the things that they say. Think about the things that they rap about. Think about the things that they talk about. They talk about shooting each other. They talk about killing people. They talk about doing drugs. They talk about doing lean. They talk about doing all of these basically degenerate things. The culture is degenerate. And because the culture is so degenerate, somebody like Diddy has been able to get away with things like this for that long. And that's probably not even the most of it. Now, before all this stuff leaked, and I got into this in a previous podcast episode, you can find it, like, share, and subscribe on youtube.com/@can't-cancel-Rob-Smith to get into that. Because I dealt with this in a previous podcast episode. Cassie had filed a public lawsuit against Diddy to the tune of, it was definitely 8 figures. And it was settled for about 8 figures, allegedly. But this lawsuit got into a lot of stuff. And like I said, I did a whole pod on this about a month and a half back. Go get into it. Also find it Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, wherever you get your audio podcasts. We're audio and video. The lawsuit alleges that Diddy beat her, forced her to have sex with male escorts while he watched, and I'm not sure if this was in the lawsuit or not, but there's this pretty shocking story of how he forced her to get breast implants and then forced her to remove them the following day, which put her health at risk because he didn't like them.